We're gonna cast TaToH against Vodka in the Clown Cup round of 8. It's best of 5. I'm gonna fast forward a bit because they already started. Put it here and let me lower the scroll speed a little bit. So a caster scroll speed like this, that's better. Alright. So what sis do we have here? We have as much as melee for Tati. And we have humans for Vodka. Interesting. Humans are really powerful these days because they have that early 2 TC, right? And you can transition into so many different things from that second town center. You can go into 4 TC boom, you can go into 2 castle Kipachakas, you can go into Lancers, Capram, Knights. There's so many options with a great economy as well. Doest, thanks for the prime. Also Zimzon 973, thank you for the prime as well. So humans are definitely very good in arena these days. You can even do battering rams in Feudal Age, right? Replay freezes. No, we're on a different patch now for the Clown Cup. So, well, TaToH melee, typical, probably arguably the best arena sale at the moment. You advance to the next stage 80% faster, which gives you more villagers, both in Feudal Age and Castle Age. So you hit Castle Age with 4 or 5 more vills. Also gives you more flexibility in terms of how to play on. And you can of course go for Monk Rush, you can go for Arbalest, Bomber Cannon. You have a lot of tools with melee. But yeah, MBL, thank you very much for the host. Appreciate that, very thanks. 66% faster, okay, gotcha. What do you think about the Man United with Zlatan? I'm not sure what you mean there. We had Zlatan not too long ago. I liked him. So, second lumber camp. So far, no indication of fast Feudal Age. He's probably going to go up now, Vodka, yeah. He's doing a 22 pop Feudal Age. Moving more vills to wood. So, looks like the instant second town center is on the cards. Does not look like we are going for some sort of Feudal Age aggression. Like, I did a strategy in NAC against Hera, where I did a siege... No, not siege tower. Battering rams, towers, and archers in Feudal Age. Hello, Naomi. And it worked very, very well then. So yeah. Well, it looks like TaToH is going for the fast castle, the most normal way to play melee. Duck Trouble, thank you very much for the prime. So yeah, not gonna see too much happening here. Instant town center on the Golden Wood, nice position there. I'm gonna see if I can fast forward even more, because we're not gonna see anything happen. We are up live now. We're not gonna see too much happen in Feudal Age at the moment, so we'll see. Which sim is better? I would say it's fairly equal, but melee should be better. What happened to Commando stream? I don't know, man. Maybe he'll go for Caprams and Castle Age. That's an option. That's one of the many tools humans have at the moment, right? TaToH is going for the market and blacksmith. No sign of barracks, so I'm not sure if he's going to try to compete for the relics. He might try to go for the relics without making any stables or archery range, while the Vodka here is just booming like a madman right now. Normally melee maybe go up with a barracks stable and make some scouts to get relics with the monks, keep some map control, or you go up with a range where you can make some crossbows. Only one StarCraft and AoE so much with TaToH. We actually talked a while back about doing something like that. So I wouldn't rule that out. But yeah, we'll see. TaToH is on the way to Castle. He's gonna have a really nice time. Probably 13 minutes. Something around 13 minutes. 30. Okay, maybe closer to 14, but still, it's a really good time. For 4 AI, do you think you could kill 2 with capped ram push at the same time? Maybe. It's definitely something to explore, but it's difficult to develop eco and everything when you're investing so much into a push. This is 300 food for rams. It's a seed workshop, bunch of battering rams, and so on. Have you heard? We Brazilians won against the Chinese. Riot is back. Awesome. I know there was a show match happening, so that's cool. Hey Viper, me and my brother are noobs play Cuman Goth. One booms with Cuman with 2 TC and slings so other can Huskar rush. Do you think it's a good strat for noobs? Yes. Slinging is in general very broken. So that is definitely a good strategy if you want to win at all cost. But the guy who's slinging probably is not having the most fun in the world, right? Had to sell stone. Who had to sell stone? I mean, he has built a second town center, right? So he hasn't sold any stone. TaToH is building a town center as well. No selling of stone there either. As you can see, TaToH went for university. Oh, I need to fix my hotkeys actually. I'll just leave it like this. TaToH went for university with wood upgrade and just one town center to begin with. That's why he also isn't pulling more builds in the town center, because his eco is quite fragile right now and it doesn't really help him to... he cannot produce anyway. So TaToH will try to grab relics. He does have one scout obviously. So there's Vodka. Vodka is now adding market blacksmith and putting villages on stone. It feels to me like Vodka wants to go for the Kipchak play. He's about to click up as well, so it's a pretty good build. He's gonna hit Castle Age before 20 minutes as well. Even though he's had the 2 TC going, right? So pretty solid build for sure. But it seems like he's also gonna let TaToH have a relic or two for free. The question is if he really should allow that. Regarding the build from Lay and Dark Age, how many builds before clicking Arabia to go fast castle? I don't know. Slinging is broken on Arena, I agree. The build from Malay will depend on a lot of things. I don't have a build. I always improvise pretty much, but you probably want at least 30, 32 or 33 builds, I would say. Maybe not that many. I like to say 30, 31 builds, I would say. So 3 TCs now for TaToH. He's also able to produce from all of them, so that's nice, well done. Even doing HP upgrade for his monks, which is interesting. He really wants to make sure he doesn't lose those very fast. It will make him survive an extra hit. Surprised Vodka didn't commit there on the monk. But yeah, I don't like that Vodka is just giving up the relics like this. Obviously he's going for the Kipchak play, but it still feels weird, his approach here. Now he's going for the monk. This seems weird to me. Okay, still got it. And he got out with the scout as well, so very good trade for him as well. If Sanctity had finished, Sanctity just finished, he would have survived so much more if he actually had that upgrade. So a little bit unlucky for TaToH, but yes sir. Which features of StarCraft 2 would you like to see in AoE 2D? The lack of stutter. That's probably number one. So yeah, the thing is, Cuman Scout is also faster than a regular Scout. As you can see, he's outpacing him. So his Scout will never be killed either. So he's missing 41 stone for a castle here. TaToH now has 2 relics. Probably gonna go for the remaining ones. There's the castle. So villager count right now, as we hit Castle Age, is 53 for the Cuman player and 51 for Malay. So economy-wise, Cuman's definitely doing really well here. Him Kubi, thank you very much for the 15 months. While TaToH obviously has a slight edge now because he's got 2 relics already and he's going for the 3rd and the 4th, which it seems at this point like it's not going to be denied because the scout of Vodka is too low HP. So TaToH will feel very comfortable here. I assume he sees the relics, right? Okay, he doesn't actually see the 3rd one, which is there. He might not expect that relic to be there, honestly, as well. There's a big chance he expects the relic to be in this area, because it is weird that there are 2 relics so close and then a 3rd relic there. So I would say TaToH is expecting the relic to be in this area. So TaToH might only get 4 relics, considering how this is happening. Castle is almost up, so the Kipchak production will begin. I'm wondering if he will add more town centers as well. Ooh, he's on the way to Imp. This is the build I faced, or a similar build to the one I faced when I was playing against in the AoE Olympics. I don't remember my opponent, but I was playing Vietnamese against Cumans, and I was facing this build where he goes 2 TC and then straight to Imperial Age, and it's really scary actually. It's really powerful. Very nice move by Vodka there as well. So now TaToH should probably get this relic, but he will not get the 5th relic. Mostly because he doesn't know where it is, to be fair. He's doing a barracks now. Yeah, I'm really curious how TaToH chooses to approach this. I think TaToH knows that Vodka is up. He's probably paying attention to the score. Yeah, it was versus running in the Clown Cup. You're right. My bad. Wouldn't surprise me if TaToH idles town centers now, honestly, and goes to Imp. Because he probably is paying attention to Vodka's score and realizes that Vodka is upping. You can see as well ranges coming in from TaToH. He's just queued up Town Watch and Handcart though. I find that a bit strange, but then again, with the fast up from Malay, there's definitely a lot of potential still. Villagers coming forward as well. Probably a second castle is on the way. So it's gonna be Kipchak, Treb pressure probably. Yeah, he's preparing for a castle drop. Kipchak, Treb pressure in early imp. And it's just up to TaToH to find the right way to deal with this. Shouldn't be 2 kills here, no conversions indeed. Great stuff for Vodka so far. Well, TaToH, I really think TaToH is misplaying this a little bit. He should have identified what is happening here. TaToH thinks this is just Castle Age play. He has seen the villagers now though, so he might realize that this is a fast imp. But yeah, the castle is going to be on top of the ranges as well. So I honestly think TaToH has misplayed this a little bit. He's now idling to go to imp. But yeah, he's rushing to stone now too, so TaToH has officially identified what is happening. But yeah, is he missing a building? Oh, TaToH, you're missing the building! Okay, it's there, so it's fine. But yeah, TaToH is going to be under heavy pressure now. 1 Treb already on the way. It's going to be another one soon, and again, the issue with this castle is that the ranges are... the production that TaToH has for military is right underneath the castle. Skirm's good versus Kipchak. Yeah, they are. Mini Nerven, thanks you for the sub. Another thing to take into consideration here is that usually when these fast in plays happen, it's usually a little bit earlier, and the other guy usually doesn't have a great economy, right? The fact is that it's only 11 villager difference right now, and this pressure is gonna buy a lot of time for him. So if he does a good job behind this in developing economy, he could also get up to like 120, 130 villager count with all this pressure, and even breaking through the stone wall. The relics for TaToH might be super exposed as well here. I really like how Vodka is playing this. Cumin looks super scary for arena. This is actually really, really powerful. He's not up to imp yet, TaToH. He's doing another town center just to have security in his woodline. He's losing the production here. Now there is enough crossbows here, and TaToH does in theory have the better army once he has Arbalest. But there's still a lot of pressure, and that's still going to be really tough to deal with. I'm not sure if I agree with this by Vodka, because they're so fragile, these Kipchak. 3 Trebs. He's going to lose so much presence here at TaToH, and the relics obviously are already unpacked. Did he already start? Oh yeah, he already started moving relics. He has already brought 1 relic back to the back of his base. He's probably wanting to move the others as well. Almost done or still hope? This is still a very close game. It's going to depend a lot on how the early Imperial Age battles are going to play out. TaToH will most likely add a Seed Workshop and do bomber cannons at the same time. You see he's doing chemistry. That was like prioritized upgrade, and then the Seed Workshop. So bomber cannons and Arbalest is going to be TaToH's play here. A 3rd caster from Vodka with the constant Kipchak production. Again, the issue for Vodka here is that the army he has is probably countered by TaToH's army. But we don't see Kipchak very often in these situations. I agree with chemistry before Bracer, yes, because he wants to get bomber cannons, right? If he goes for Bracer first and then chemistry, bomber cannons will come later. And there's the bomber cannon. He has 3 ranges at the moment, which is not enough production. That's the same amount of castles as Vodka has. Yeah, the biggest thing here is that TaToH loses a lot of his base, a lot of idle time. He has to reposition, he has to remake houses. And as long as Vodka is doing a good job behind this, he's adding a stable now to do bloodlines. I would like to see Vodka honestly add a 3rd and a 4th town center even. And just get up to like 120 to 30 vills. If Vodka could honestly switch to Cavalier now and win the game. Just like that. I don't agree with his full committal on the Kipchak here. Oh, he's actually jumping on the army. Oh boy. I think TaToH is gonna be happy with these trades. I don't think Vodka is killing enough here. This is also right next to all the ranges of TaToH, so the reinforcement area is good for TaToH. Maybe I misjudged. He's cleaning up the Arbalest. There's not many Kipchak left though. Oops. And he does have the Kipchak production going, yeah? Actually, that was probably... It might have been a good play, it might have not. Another town center down for TaToH. TaToH still has 15 more vills. Losing some vills now, though. I think TaToH honestly doesn't mind that. Wonder TaToH's now mixing in skirms. See, guys, see how many units he has queued up? There's like 20 skirms queued up, and he only has 4 archery ranges. There are enough skirms now, though. Yeah, I think TaToH is trading okay, honestly. Oh, is he gonna save it? Oh, close. Another bomber cannon on the way. See, this is what I mean, what I don't like. He now wasted his whole Kipchak numbers, which will allow TaToH now to reinforce. And this is why I think Vodka should be changing in adding stables and adding cavalry. 1 trebuchet down. He surely is going to lose more trebs with the bomb cannon there. And TaToH now adding more production buildings. He has identified the problem. The problem being that he just didn't have enough production facilities. Another treb down. And that's how the game can turn. Villager count, 9 more vills for TaToH. Great hold. Still think Vodka maybe overcommitted a little bit there, but I mean, it was like a maybe I win the game right now moment. If Vodka would have traded slightly better there, he wins the game. But he didn't get the trades he was hoping for, and now TaToH has a really good chance again. TaToH can also go and pick up the 3 relics again now. Man, TaToH's been housed now forever. Yeah, he needs to get some more houses up. And again, Vodka is jumping on the bomber cannons. This might be a good play though. He might lose 1 or 2 Kipchak in return for 1 bomber cannon. I would like to see him jump on the other one as well. Let's get rid of the bomber cannons. He is mixing in some light cav now. +1 armor so far. I think let's check his eco here. I think he honestly could have justified going for Cavalier even. He has eco for it, although his food income is really bad actually. He needs to add more farms as he is doing right now. Still a super close game. But I feel like TaToH survived the worst, and now TaToH is in a decent position. TaToH will just mix in Arbalest now to deal with the Hussar with very poor upgrades here. He did find another relic there. I would have liked to see Vodka as well grab the relics while he had the chance. Because now when this transitions to a late game, TaToH will have a big gold lead. Still a super scary strategy to play against. TaToH's now adding barracks because he wants to add pikemen or halberdier to buffer for his army, knowing that the cavalry switch is happening. It's also no elite Kipchak, right? He's choosing to jump again for the bomber cannons. He lost them. I don't know why he sieged up the traps here. In range of the bomber cannons. Some weird misplays by Vodka here in my opinion. He didn't need to waste these 2 traps for an attempt at hitting the bomber cannons. I think TaToH's wasting units as well now. A little bit sloppy for both, but obviously it's high intense situation where both of them are feeling the pressure. Both of them are playing really good so far. Vodka is now switching to heavy farm eco, already doubling the farm eco since last time I watched. Castle from Taddy. See, if Vodka had those 2 trebs that he just lost, he would have been able to get that castle. He would have been able to even deny the castle there. But TaToH will definitely secure the situation again. He will be able to take down both castles of Vodka. And then this will transition into a post-imperial game, where TaToH looks favored now, both economy-wise, composition-wise, and strategically. It's trying to run into raid. There's a lot of villagers exposed here. About 40 villagers. But TaToH with some nice quick walls. Oh, it's open though! He overchopped! Oh, TaToH is on point. TaToH is paying attention. This one has 2 more wood before it would have been open as well. Why Vodka don't spam Cavaliers? I don't know. I think Cavalier would have been a better option as well. But yeah, Vodka is now the one who is like, okay, what do I do now? His TaToH has stabilized, he has the eco, he has the position, he has the castle, he has the relics. So TaToH is definitely in a commanding position now, even though he is still defending in theory. Maybe Siege Ram is something that Vodka could benefit from. He has now 43 farmers, still making more vills from 2 town centers. I'm still missing the 3rd TC, maybe a 4th. Cast is down. Look at the population cap. He has 20 more population than he has. And he's making another castle forward? Ooh, that's super risky. He really wants to hold on to the position, right? But there's 4 bomber cannons, there's trebuchets, 5 bomber cannons even. Now he's taking a fight that will be very, very beneficial for TaToH. Yeah, I feel like Vodka is... Oh, nice bomber cannon shot as well. Feels like Vodka is jumping on it, trying to hold, but yeah, he has no way to buy time anymore as TaToH has started picking up the relics again. Another castle down. Vodka's down to 118 pop while TaToH is closing in on maxing out. I feel like Vodka was... Oh, what was that? Okay, I resign. Resignation. I feel like Vodka was honestly in a really good position. I would say the two... Okay, how do I phrase this correctly? I think TaToH is in a position where he can try his best in early imp there. He can try his best to buy time and survive the situation in order to fight back. He had 3 back goals. 2 back goals there. Yeah, true. That's also helpful for sure. But yeah, TaToH is in a situation where he's on the defensive. He has to try and survive, right? Vodka dictates everything that happens there, right? Vodka had a great position. He has Chubbs. He has Kipchak. I don't think he did the right move when he was jumping on the army in this area. I definitely think that that trade was favorable for Tati, because TaToH wants to slow down, like lower the mass of the Kipchak, and Vodka gave that to him. I think what Vodka should have done was just keep position, maybe make another castle forward, keep trebbing the buildings in the area, and just add Cavalier or whatnot behind that. Yeah, slower push, take back the relics, and just transition to a late game with a favorable relic situation. I think that would have been the best way for him to approach this. But still, great hold by TaToH, really scary push by Vodka, and that brings us to a 1-0 lead for Mr. Tati in this best of 5. Yeah, I also think Vodka would have benefited from adding a third TC. He could surely afford it at some point, just to get his eco up to par earlier. Maybe Volkov used this as like an all-in push, either it works or it doesn't, and wasn't really thinking about the transition out. So maybe that's why he didn't like take the relics, he didn't add the third TC. Maybe he wanted to either I win this game now or I lose. Feels like that's kind of how Vodka approached this, which is why he might also be jumping on different on the units, like when I said he might overcommit. Was this a throw? Why does mic sound so weird today? Does the microphone sound weird? And was that a throw by Vodka or a hold by TaToH? A little bit of both, but I would say mostly hold by TaToH. Debbie's starting your character on Sims 4. Oh boy, oh boy. For those who are interested, if you type !woman, that's gonna give you a link to the woman's channel. She's streaming Sims right now. Sounds Danish. Get out of here. She's streaming Sims right now, and she's making a house on Sims with a lot of popular personalities and characters from Age of Empires. So myself, probably Nilly, probably T90, Doubt, and so on. So if you want to check that out, go over to our channel and maybe open that in the second tab or something. If you want to have a look and see. There wasn't too much to say about the stats. So I'm sorry for just jumping through them so fast. Oh yeah, I want to check the draft that they did. The game hasn't started yet, so let's check the draft. We have the draft here. Mic is fine, maybe put it slightly away from you. Bass and medium are a bit loud. Alright. So this was the draft. Let's play it. That's too slow. So Aztec's banned from TaToH. Teuton's banned from Vodka. Pick. Wait, can I not see these civs? Okay. Cumans, Britons, Malay for TaToH. Britons, Malay, Cuman. Okay, all 3 same civs from both players. And then they're sniping 1 civ each. So TaToH sniped Malay, while Vodka sniped Cumans. And those are the... I'm Danish now. Those are the 2 civs that both players played this game. And both of them obviously performed very well with that. And we have another band, Turks, and then Lithuanians. I guess TaToH didn't want to face the Janissaries or potential fast imp. Ethiopians, Byzantines, Vietnamese, Slavs, Malians, Mongols, Burmese, and Saracens. Surprise. If I look at this draft, so it's a best of 5. They have 6 civs for 5 matches. Malay has been used. Humans has been used. I I don't like Mongols here, most likely. But it's okay, actually. I think they have fairly equal civs. Not sure how I feel about Ethiopians and Slavs and Saracen. Okay, maybe not. I feel like Vodka has more arena-specific civs. What is up with Doubt-Snack? I think he's just feeling a bit bad. So he's not been playing much these days. Right, we have a game going. Is this Saracens? Yes, it is. Mr. Tati playing the Saracens. Vodka playing at the Byzantines, right? Britons, okay. I do not know these symbols at all. Britons against Saracens should be very favorable for Britons, in theory. But we all know TaToH and his Saracens, right? Debbie is putting you clown hair on Sims. Freaking woman. Yeah, so Saracens should be worse, but then again, TaToH and his Saracens, he always makes things happen with Saracens. You never know what to expect from him there. What is she doing to my... I need to show you this, guys. You see this? Right here? Sorry about that, I'm ignoring the game for a second here. She's making me, and this is what she's doing. Like, what? How is this me? How is this me?
Guys, I told you to make sure that he's not able to see it.
How is this me?
Now we can't continue.
God damn it.
This feels like it's too accurate.
Freaking woman, man. Right, let's go back to the game. Sorry about that. Oh, you can't tell the difference, huh? Okay. You should have less hair. You bastards. Right. You wish you had a hair. Damn right I do. Yeah. I don't know how to proceed from here now. But okay. Yeah, she's doing that for pretty much a lot of different AoE people in the game. She's probably making Nilly, she's making me, like I said, T98, Jordan, Doubt, whoever. People she know. Probably herself. Maybe Naomi, Mish. All the plebs, pretty much. So, nothing has happened. This Dark Age arena is not too much to talk about. I'm looking at the maps. Stone is fairly safe. Gold, main gold in the back, gold and stone. Really, really good map for Vodka here. So Vodka should probably be fearful of a potential early push from TaToH with crossbows, maybe crossbows and castlades to break the walls, maybe even a fast imp with arbalest. 3 on wood though for TaToH. Already making a mining camp, so he's definitely on to something here. Yeah, I wonder what TaToH is doing here. 3 on gold. Is this a... What is he doing here? 4 on gold already. He really wants to use the market. That's clear already. He's already putting 4 people on gold. He's gonna send 5. He's gonna go 23 pop feudal age. With... Wait, he did loom? Was he must have been housed at some point. Otherwise, there's no reason for him to do loom here. So TaToH must have messed up. And then moving to stone with 3 vills as well. 2 vills. So he's gonna use the market. What? Oh, he was indecisive there. You saw that? He made a mining camp, sent 2 vills, but then he changed his mind. Now it's on the way to feudal age. And yeah, he's gonna use the market to fix his eco, so to say. And 5 on gold now. Use the Saracen market to fix his eco so he can go up to castle age most likely. Idols! Idols, Mr. Tati! Okay. Meanwhile, fairly standard build from Vodka, 2 on gold. He's on the way to feudal age as well with 26. Yeah, TaToH is 2 population behind and just slightly ahead in feudal age uptime. TaToH must have been housed, no question about that. Barracks from Vodka, so he wants to go for some crossbows in castle age. I like that approach with Britons, feels pretty solid. Sorry about that. Okay, back to this. Just mind games from Taddy. Five only. I don't like this, that when I select his villagers, they turn out as yellow there. He's blue. They're not supposed to be yellow down here. And then they're blue. So when I selected mass, they turn out yellow. When I click, they're blue. Okay, that's weird. But okay, doesn't matter. Small things. Why does she keep producing the bullshit? She's not. Stop. Yeah. The TaToH Fuel Age, how does it do it? Market Blacksmith instantly. Let's check his eco. As you can see now, this does not look like an economy where he can go to Castle Age, right? But we are soon going to see the magic of Saracens. Oh, because I was on Vodka's perspective? Ah, another blue. Okay, that makes sense actually. Makes sense. So let's look at the economy, guys. He's finished the market. Bam, bam. And there's up to Castle Age. That's the Saracen market right there. Viper, will you play more later after this? It depends how long it goes. And if I play, I'll probably play some StarCraft or something. Because I don't want to play Age with this new patch. So 3 on gold, 5 stone, 5 on gold. I'm looking more at TaToH's build right now, because Vodka is doing a fairly standard crossbow build with Britons. It's not too much to say here, but TaToH is improvising with the market, right? So it's more interesting. 6 on gold, 3 on stone. Guys, if you guys asking about Age, yeah, I don't feel like playing when the patches have given me that stutter, right? I got through the games with Olympics. It's fine, it's okay, but it still is just frustrating to play with that. So yeah. So TaToH's just scouting the map now. I'm still curious to see how is TaToH just gonna boom here, or is he gonna make monastery, maybe a monk rush even? No, he would probably have more vills on gold if that was the case. I'm really curious to see how TaToH does this, because again, in theory his civ disadvantage is really rough. So that's for a town center down in this region. Maybe he's gonna chop these 3 and make a town center there. And I'm guessing he will do another town center maybe here or on the gold. So it looks like TaToH is just booming actually. Which means he will allow Vodka to take all the relics and take full map control. The reason Britons are so good with this as well is because that you can even drop town centers while you're doing this, because the town center are so cheap on wood. Viper, you changed the viewer number of casters dramatically. What do you mean? So yeah, great start there for Vodka. He's more HP now, so he can chase down the scout. TaToH, town center, town center. So he's just going for the boom at the moment. TaToH is aiming towards a later stage of the game. Question is, at what stage do you possibly have an advantage over Britons? Especially if you don't have relics. That is a big question mark here. I'm not sure if I like this approach by TaToH, but then again, like I said, at what stage do we have an advantage over Britons? And that stage might not exist. So I like what Vodka is doing as well. Very important to point out. Vodka is identifying what is going on. So Vodka is not over-investing on upgrades. He made 5 archers, but he has not done fletching, he has not done crossbow, he has not done bodkin arrow. A lot of people would just do these upgrades automatically because, hey, I'm making archers and need to upgrade them. But Vodka is doing a very conscious decision here of not upgrading them because he knows he scouts and he adapts to what is happening. So that's also something to keep in mind, right? If you go for something that is intended just to take map control, for example, when you know you will have more units than your opponent, be careful with investing into the upgrades before you know for sure that you're going to need them. 2 extra TCs of Vodka, obviously slightly slower than TaToH, so TaToH is going to have a villager advantage, but I'm sure Vodka is happy to trade that off for the map control he has right now and the relics he's going to collect. He's going to have 5 relics for free at this point. Well, not for free, they'd invest into crossbows, but look at this. Beautiful Doubt Monastery right there. Have you ever seen Smurfs while collecting berries? Not sure what you mean. I've not played the Mongol mission yet, guys. I will wait until the stutter is gone, and then I will play the Mongol mission. Tati, man, you've been housed now every game. Every minute I've been watching you, you've been housed so far. Farming up, still using the market to get villager production going. Villager count now 9 villager lead for TaToH. So villager wise, obviously it's looking pretty solid. Vodka is now booming on 3 theses himself. He's not producing archers anymore, and he's not producing more monks. So he's going to use 2 monks to pick up all the 5 relics and then adapt from there. I would say I really like Vodka's position better here at the moment. 4th town center from TaToH. I'm really curious what TaToH is going to do. What mod is that on the monastery? It's a Doubt Monastery. Siege Ram Arbalest. That is certainly something that could work. He's doing a Siege Workshop now already. Yeah, I think Siege Ram Arbalest is something that could be really powerful against Britons. But the issue is if Britons has 2 mangonels or even some onagers, because Siege Ram takes a while to get to, Britons will at that point be ready to deal with it most likely. Like I said, I think Britons have a big civ advantage here, so I'm real curious to see how TaToH chooses to combat that civ advantage. 4 TC is bog standard on Arena. I wouldn't say Arena 4 TC is standard. I would disagree with that. So he's doing a Scorpion just to be safe. I mean, he can actually send the Scorpion out, because they are just, like we said, 5 archers without upgrades. I think 3 TC is the norm. 4 and 5 TC is possible. There's the 5 TC from TaToH. So TaToH looks like he's going for the power play in Imp. And that is very interesting, very interesting. He's making 2 Scorps and is moving out on the map. I kind of like this. Vodka resumed archer production again after seeing this. No sign of fletching yet though. Question is now, how does he... Like, TaToH could in theory try to grab 1... Nah, he can't. It's too close, so Vodka should have all these relics already. Assassins have all upgrades on Siege Workshop, Hussar or Arbalest maybe. Yeah, in theory, Siege Ram, Hussar, Arbalest should do really well, right? But that means that you have to kill him there and then. You can't continuously trade gold units against Britons when Britons have 5 relics, right? You need to do damage, you need to win the game before the relics become a problem. Now you are Saracens in this case, so you can use the market with better prices. But even so, it's not... I would not say that he's in a great spot still. He's sending 2 Vills out as well. Another Siege Workshop. Mangonel, more Scorpions. Very interesting how he's playing this. I'm surprised Vodka is adding more archers, yet he's not doing any upgrades. Still no fletching. I mean, he has the resources, right? He could do crossbow, he could do fletching. Now he's fighting with feudal age archers without any upgrades. He's out on the map. That's so ballsy. Got the relic though. Maybe this is what he wanted, a diversion. Just to get the last relic. Forward siege from TaToH. I think Vodka just wants to go to Imp, make a castle. Make a castle in defense, go to Imp, and play safe. He's housed now. This house should be a cancel Vills and go to Imp house. Right? Because you're housed now and you see, okay, I almost have Vills resources for Imp. So you should cancel all Vills and go Imp. Go Imp! Cancel! Go Imp! Okay, there we go. So more ranges. He's going to stick with the Arbalest decision for now. TaToH with the outposts. TaToH now has 90 villagers against 72 of Vodka. So obviously TaToH looking good economically. Question is still army composition going forward. Any acknowledgement of stuttering problems on the secret feedback for developers? They are aware of it. They're tracking it. They are tracking it. They obviously know about it, so you just have to wait for them to fix it. They are tracking it, so... So Vodka 30% way on the Imp. TaToH is really far from Imp still. It only has 100 gold, and he's making a forward castle? You can easily sell wood to go to Imp here, so it's not a problem, but... The forward castle is a little bit suspect. When the likelihood of Vodka being to Imp faster than him is pretty huge. He already sold some wood now. So I'm not sure how I feel about this forward castle here. Maybe an idea for Vodka as well would be to do what TaToH did last game. To make a monastery in the back here and move all the relics back. He has one monk. The monk is camping there with the relic. I don't think he realized that I didn't drop the relic in. What happened with Doubt? He's just been sick. I mean, the only thing Britons can do is make archers, right? They really don't have any other unit to use effectively. You could do crossbow, I mean, arbalest, halberdier, onager. You also have warbow of trebuchets, which are really good as well. So you definitely have tools. You can even play champion in certain scenarios. So yeah, he still hasn't identified that this monk is there. Probably some misclick. There's some mangonels. The woman put you in a speedo. Oh, goddammit. 5 TC from TaToH. TaToH's on the way up. Trebuchet out immediately. There's only one castle from Vodka though, so... Okay, yeah, scouted the backstone. He will obviously have the range now as well. Oh, he didn't know about the castle. Oh, okay. Nice macro there. Now he knows about the castle. And he should have a good advantage there. I would still say it's looking very good for Vodka, even though he's 30 villager behind. I think TaToH will have to go for some sort of early aggression and try to win the game. If TaToH holds this position as well, that is 2 golds. 1 gold of TaToH, 1 gold of Vodka. So that can be very important as well. Archery, so TaToH will go for skirms by the looks of it. Maybe he's gonna go ram, skirm, hussar and spend gold just on rams. I have not played Ghost of Tsushima, no. I heard that it's really nice though, yeah. I think TaToH is feeling better, guys, so I don't think you have to worry about him. TaToH is repairing, another siege workshop. Yeah, it seems like skirms from TaToH this time. He has queued up another couple of vills. 5 vills there as well. This is going to be 140 plus villagers, which also means a smaller army. That's why Britons are great as well. You don't need that big of an economy, and you can have like an 80, 90 population army. Oh, wasting mangonels. He cannot afford that. 2 mangonels for free. So, TaToH, what are you doing here? Capped ram? So Cap Drum is on the way for TaToH. Elite skirms. Getting full upgrades. Not a castle to protect the map. TaToH is certainly in an okay position. He's buying enough time with this. But my concern is still the long term. Where he's missing, where he has 0 relics to 5, right? And... What? Let the monk through! He has an important job to do. Let the monk through. Or send them to the enemy. Wait, what? Okay. Confusing. Okay, he's gonna drop off the relic now, so yeah. So yeah, positionally, again, Vodka needs to keep adding economy though. He cannot slack on the villager production. He needs another 15 vills, I would say. And he also needs to prepare a transition. Stable? Guess he's going light cap. Well, it makes sense because there are skirms on the way. But it's a bit weird position to me to make the stables in the back of the base. Onager? Mangonel? Is it going Onager? Still on the I see Siege Ram on the way. So Siege Ram is on the way. I like what TaToH is doing here. He's preparing rams to make side attacks. Britons are really good if you fight in one spot only. But if TaToH does this right, he will start pulling Britons apart left and right and force Vodka to defend here where Vodka doesn't have any military. So I think TaToH is preparing and doing a nice job in terms of how to approach this, but he needs to add a secondary unit. Whether that is Arbalest now, considering that he already has all the upgrades, or Hussar. It's yet to be seen. Right now he's going for Bombard Cannon, Siege Ram, and Skirmishers only. That's not really viable long term. But I mean, there's only Arbalest now and some Rams. He's putting pressure there now, again, forcing the army of Vodka back. And at the same time, he's making moves on the front. So TaToH is doing this very nicely so far. Just kind of forcing Vodka to react at the moment. Obviously, this is scary. He doesn't know what is here and coming in. And TaToH is taking out 1 trap. 2 more traps here. And the Rams are coming in. This can actually be a really strong push from TaToH. Vodka does not have the tools to deal with this right now. Imagine if Vodka had those 2 mangonels he lost to the castle earlier. Those alone would have helped so much in dealing with the Rams. This castle is a goner for sure. Vodka does not have the tools to deal with this. He's still dealing with the Rams on top, so the straight into Rams alone has bought TaToH so much time now and might even win in the game actually. This is, as well just goes to show how Britons struggle so much against Siege Ram. I think TaToH honestly can win the game right here, right now, if he focuses, just takes out production. Take out the stables, take out range, and so on. TaToH is in 200 pop, great economy, balance there, a lot of resources coming in. He's also preparing his own stables and upgrades for cavalry. He's doing Arbalest now himself, so it's a great transition as well in order to deal with the light cav. He has map control, he's going to take those 2 extra golds. And as you can see, Vodka just doesn't know how to deal with the siege ram. There is just no tools here. It looks like he did get Warwolf, by the looks of it. No, he does not have Warwolf. But yeah, another castle down. Vodka's out of castles. He did get Yeoman though. Or did he? No, he didn't actually. Vodka's in big trouble here. His population capped as well. He has a lot. Look at the gold in the wood. If he had 7 more ranges somewhere, 4 seed workshops where he could make his own capped ram or something, he would have been fine here, but he just didn't spend his resources. And TaToH is making a really strong push. Halbs don't deal with rams. They do if they're given time. But the problem is the rams soak up so much fire still that the Halbs will die before taking out enough rams, if that makes sense. Looks like he's gonna survive though. Obviously the Arbalest coming at a really good time here to help deal with the light cap, the skirms. Is he gonna micro here hitting? What is? Oh, this must be a misclick. Skirm still trading well. Great use of the army from both players at the moment. Does not look like Warwolf at all, yeah. Vodka is 130 pop. Vodka, he has a lot of resources in the bank. But his eco is a little bit off now, and again he's being pressured and population is just not there. I think if TaToH mixes in more siege ram now, I really struggle to see how Vodka will deal with this, because he will just keep losing production buildings here. He's also losing army unnecessarily. Great play by TaToH. TaToH really utilized his early imp really well here. The side attack here was what triggered the whole thing, right? 5 siege rams, where Vodka had nothing that can deal with that. And it forced Vodka to send all his 30-40 Arbalest back. And then TaToH initiated an attack on the front as well with siege ram, bomber cannon, skirms. And then a correct transition afterwards as well. Behind this, TaToH is preparing plate barding armor, and he has also already stables up, so he's going for Hussar. Really well done by TaToH here. He went for the power boom and he went for the power play, and power play he did attacks from the side and then attack straight through the center. That was really well done. I really liked Vodka's position though. I think he was alright. I just think he probably didn't expect the way TaToH played her. He probably didn't expect the 5TC boom into the siege ram power play sort of. Well done to Mr. Tatty. Is up to 0 and just needs one more game to bring it home and advance to the semifinal. Using Saracens as well, not a common pick on Arena. So I'm sure TaToH is very happy that he won with this civilization. So Saracens for TaToH, Britons for Vodka. Vodka has burned both of his best civs already. Will you make the character of the woman? If she allows me, yes. Andre Burke, thanks for the prime, by the way. Sorry I missed you there. Remy AOE, thanks again. Thanks as well. I'm really sorry I missed you there. Apologies for that. Do we check, update what the woman is doing quickly? Do we check, update?
Look, the way he looks here, like
Who's
all
this?
of them don't look exactly the way they look. And I mean,
Tati!
like, especially
Oh,
Doubt
God.
and Vipey is the meme itself.
Oh my
I mean,
god, is this
trying to
me?
be good, like,
Harry
examples,
Potter,
like,
oh my god. Tatito
I mean, I did
Dorito.
all of them with help
Jordan.
of chat, right?
This is
But I mean,
Jordan.
like,
Doubt.
Doubt, of course, is a meme.
What is he wearing?
I mean, chat wanted me to make him like this.
What
guy.
is he
Same with Tati.
wearing? Look at that. Oh, TaToH with the red
And,
sweatpants, of course. Oh my god. Stop pulling my belly out.
What is he wearing? Who? Doubt?
Yes. Jesus.
This is Doubt. It's Neely. It's Joe.
Oh. Jordan O'Neill was there as
Hera.
well. Hera with the suit.
It's
The suit
TaToH.
stream. Tatito Dorito.
apparently this is MBL.
Why would this be MBL?
TaToH looks amazing, doesn't he?
TaToH needs to be
Looks like
taller.
TaToH needs to be taller. Yeah, I can't make him taller.
Oh.
Doesn't work. Only works on Sims 3. Can't make him taller. Look, this is TaToH's going out evening dress.
Cineocelot, thank you for the gift sub. Mac Ray Rock, thanks for the 3 months.
Sleeping. This is his going out. This is bathing suit.
Accurate.
This is when it's hot.
We're not playing Clown Club. I'm playing my round tomorrow. Tomorrow 14. No. Yeah, tomorrow 14 GMT, guys.
This is
I'm
your
playing.
all-day fashion.
Let's
This
just
is
check
going
here.
out. This is doing sports. This is going to sleep. I'm actually glad. I'm surprised they actually had your actual underwear here. Like this is I didn't even have to search long. Like it was just there, really fast. This is your going out
Full yellow
party fashion. And this is your swimsuit. I also was glad I found yellow. I mean, those are the ones you have. I mean, you don't have black stripes on the side. But I think I pretty much nailed it. This is when it's hot, and this is when it's warm. There you go.
It's not easy. It's not easy, boys. Alright, let's focus here. So, we have in the blue trunks Mr. Tatito Dorito playing as the Britons and Vodka playing as the Vietnamese. I think this is a good matchup for Vietnamese. Really good matchup for Vietnamese, actually. So, we'll see how this plays out. I think Vietnamese are one of the best civs in Arena right now. With they're not cost, the economy upgrades don't cost wood, which is pretty massive when it comes to getting town centers up, getting a monastery, getting eco upgrades at the same time. It's very, very helpful for Arena in particular, because you start behind walls. Feels like Viper's mic is a lot quieter today. Let me check my OBS here. Testing, testing, testing. It should be normal. I don't know what you're on about. Maybe I'm just talking more quieter since I'm casting or something? I don't know. It's fine, your mic is fine, seems fine. Okay, good. So, nice map for TaToH, backstone, gold very close, gold berries, the deer are nice and safe, or inside. Vodka on the other hand, quite forward golds, but still within enough range that you're safe. Stone in the back, gold in the back, so pretty good maps for both players. We're just gonna have to transition. Okay, we are alive. Just gonna have to transition. See what they transition into. Curious how they play this. If anyone goes for any cast laser question, if they fight for the relics. The guy that said it probably has a fan on or something. He didn't. I have a fan on myself. Feels fan, man. Oh. Relic bias to TaToH. Does have two relics he does have two relics very close. This one and that one. I would say this and this is closer to Vodka, obviously, and then this one is a little bit in between. So I would say the relics are fairly balanced. Slightly better for TaToH. How many screens are you using? I'm using 2. So just the standard arena. Both of them are building up quite normally at the moment. Sorry for yawning. I might have to get some coffee. I was supposed to do that before I started casting, but yeah, it is what it is. Why are you wearing a sweater and a fan? I was wearing this sweater because I was representing Norway. And this is my Norway sweater. So I had to. I will take it off after this game because it's getting warm. Get some coffee, it's only darkish anyway. Are you guys fine with that? Can I get a coffee? Is that acceptable? Is it acceptable to leave everyone behind and go grab a coffee? I can put on view lock. You guys can watch TaToH. Yes, 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 yes. All right. Well, I mean, you asked for it. I didn't want coffee, but if you guys insist, you know, okay, okay. With pineapple. Get out of here. Be right back. I decided to go for a coffee latte cappuccino thing that is cool instead. So no warm coffee. It's too late for coffee, proper warm coffee anyway. And actually, to be honest, I wanted to make coffee, but the coffee machine was off and it would take like 30 seconds to turn it on. So what did I miss while I was gone? Microphone muted. I'm a professional streamer. I do this for a living. Don't you think I know when my mic is muted? You cannot troll me with that. I'm professional. Well, pause here. Market blacksmith and TaToH. No sign of a range or blacksmith. Barracks or range.
Ready.
Only one lumber camp. 8 on wood. Wonder what TaToH is up to here. Maybe it might just be a boom again. Welk on the other hand as well. He just hit feudal age, I think, so he needs to build a barracks, blacksmith in the market as well. Doesn't look like any of them wants to go for any castle age units by the look of it. Why pause? They paused. I don't know why they paused, but we're gonna have to wait for them to continue. 1990 wall. Where? What? Who? This? Is this the T90 wall? Or this? Guess they're talking in the game. Maybe something is wrong. Oh, why is it continuing? Market blacksmith. Maybe I paused by accident. How do you like your Sims 4 model? 100% accurate. What's the most terrible sim matchup you know in AoE? I honestly have no idea. Goth versus Mayans isn't too bad. Mayans versus Goth isn't too bad either. Maybe something like Incas versus Byzantines. That could be really tough. For Incas. Yeah, Incas against Byzantines should be really tough. Aztecs versus Teutons. I don't think that is too tough either. It depends on the map as well though, right? Goth versus Khmer? That one is certainly tough for Khmer, for sure. When you say things like that, I'm mostly thinking about late game compositions, assuming that both civs get to, say, like an okay mid castle age. And that's kind of where I would talk from. I mean, Aztecs against Teutons, Aztecs should have a big advantage early game. But obviously if it's post-Imperial, Teutons suddenly look fairly solid again. TaToH's going for a far town center, all the way down in Zakona. Wonder if he knows about the Jaguar. He probably does, but he's gonna have to fight here without Loon. Incoming Jaguar! Incoming! Scout fight here. Who's gonna win? Tatiti Doriti. He has won the scout fight. So town center here from Vodka. Second town center might be on the gold there. Maybe on the wood. One here for sure. Where's the second one? There. Nice. Let me see what he opts for here. A monastery, by the way. I'm not sure why he puts it so far away. You want to have your monastery towards the front, at least initially, if you want to fight for the monk relics, because obviously the monks will be closer. But yeah. We'll just transition into a regular mid-game then. No monastery from TaToH, just two town centers as well. So fairly similar approach so far. Obviously TaToH won the scout war. Very fortunate. The scout can now pick off monks. So that is... I don't know why Vodka took the fight. Vodka, knowing he was going to add a monastery, I really think it should have made sense for him to not take the fight. Just fight, take a little bit of HP, go back, heal up your scout, and then go out again, right? Because TaToH now won the scout war, and TaToH is the one who is not making any monastery yet. This guy will probably drop a monastery now, this woman. Or... she going to make some sort of forward siege. Doing loom.
Ready.
So he wants to apply pressure. I feel like this is fake pressure though. Probably gonna do a siege workshop, maybe make some mangonels, and then just apply a bit of pressure while booming. And trying to force Vodka into reacting. Overreacting rather. And there's the siege workshop. That's gonna be scouted though by the monk on the way back, so... What? Just kill it! Okay. Well, why kill it when you can wall it in? Actually, this is good for TaToH. Because it's gonna buy... The monk will not see this. Because it hasn't been built yet, right? Oh, he can't see it anyway, can he? Oh, so close! But he's gonna go probably for this relic next. And then for sure the monk will see it. So, 45 bills for TaToH, 41 for Vodka. TaToH is definitely doing a good job there. He's already moving to stone as well. It could be for a 4th town center, or it could be for a castle. We're gonna have to wait and see about that. No sign of a monastery though from TaToH yet. And Vodka is not going out. He still doesn't know about the siege workshop, so this will be a surprise for him. It's actually insane that he got away with a relic, considering that he doesn't have a scout, and TaToH has a scout.
Yay.
Now he sees the villager. Will he try to convert it? No reaction so far. He's housed, actually. Oh, he sees it. He opts to go back instead of aim for conversion. I would probably have converted that villager, because why not, right? And then if the scout comes in line of sight, you can try to switch the conversion over to the scout. Doing a seed workshop immediately. He's still housed. 4th town center, actually, for Vodka. Okay. No sign of a 4th TC for TaToH yet. This is good for TaToH as well, because he's gonna keep the monk now from Vodka inside. Vodka most likely won't commit outside, knowing that there's pressure coming. When are longbows better than arbalest? Whenever you can make longbows, they are better. But arbalest, the benefit of arbalest is obviously you can hit Imperial Age having 30 crossbows that can turn into arbalest. That's obviously a big advantage. Secondly, you can make them from archery ranges, which cost 175 wood. While longbows you can only make from castles, and they cost 650 stone. So longbows are a better unit, but they're not always as easy to get to. So it's just going to be a little bit of micro shenanigans now. I like this special from TaToH, honestly. It's a very low investment. And look, Vodka has 3 idle town centers. This is because he's spending time microing here right now. Switch over to Tatty. Okay, they both have idle town centers. I was going to make an argument for TaToH is now forcing Vodka to idle town centers while himself is booming like a madman. I was wrong. Okay, now, look. TaToH is booming. Vodka is nothing. Okay, he's doing a handcard now and started production again. So, yeah, pretty good, decent pressure. Just forcing reaction, really. And also denying Vodka from picking up the relics. And Vodka has to do the same investment here, right? Vodka has 2 manganese now. As a monk. Ooh, nice. He got 1 for 1 there. Or 1 for the 0. Did kill a villager as well and then made a ping. For some reason. I don't know why. But okay. So the reason TaToH is making outposts, in case you wonder, is because he wants to have vision to see where the mangonels are. If there was no outpost here, TaToH can only see as far as his mangonel, which is way shorter, right? So it's hard for Vodka to see where the mangonels from TaToH are coming from, which angle. While if we check TaToH's point of view, he has full vision and will always know wherever the mangonels are of Vodka. Delaweed, thanks for the 2 months. Yo, Vipers, I love you. It's better than watching football. Whew. That's a big compliment, sir. Thank you very kindly. And not Pangea, thanks for Prime as well. Ooh, Vodka getting a good trade there, but he lost 1 for 1 there. So equal, I guess. Villager counts very similar still. Vodka does have a handcart though. I don't think TaToH has a handcart. Or does he? Oh, TaToH does have a handcart actually. No, does he? 14. I don't think TaToH has handcart then. How much do you carry with handcart? Ooh, see this again. Vodka doesn't see this. He sees now, but he doesn't have the vision there, right? Ooh, this is great for TaToH. Oh my god. Vodka needs to evacuate this immediately. He needs to get rid of the... Yeah, 20. That's what I thought. So yeah, Vodka needs to... Now Vodka has 13 idle villages here as well. This is such good value for TaToH. 1 for 1 there. Nice grand attack from both. Ooh. Oh, he's committing now. He shoots. That's also going to be 1 for 1. What? That's alright. If he can trade for this one, that will be great for Vodka. Okay. Vodka can get the castle up now. But again, this did way more than it should, right? Villager counts are very similar. Both on the way to Imp. TaToH now doing handcart. This is a super close game at the moment. Cbox1234, thanks for the 2 months. I really enjoyed the chair stream. I'm sorry that I'm back, but it is what it is.
Handsome.
The woman is here. You think I accept your calling me handsome after how you made me?
No.
Stop. Yes, please.
Where are you?
So
Are you still wearing this? You know how warm it is?
I didn't think about it. I will take it off after this game is what my comment was, if I remember. So archery ranges for both players. TaToH is most likely going Arbalest. Oh, he's going for skirmishes actually. Forward castle or mid map castle. You dating Ellen Page? Looks similar apparently from what I've heard. Is he going Arbalest, or if Vodka goes Imperial skirmishes here, that should be really good for him. Vodka also has access to bombard cannon, which Britons obviously don't. So it's very... I didn't like that she opened it fully. Now I feel very exposed to the world. She gave you muscles after, don't be mad. Okay, fair enough. Okay, skirm. So both of them are going for skirmishers. I prefer the situation for Vodka if he mixes in bomber cannons. Making some rat tonnage as well. Okay, let me close this a little bit. I feel too exposed. Mitz Us, thanks for the 7 months. Sir Warsfold, thank you for the 2 months. Hello, Debbie. He's not here anymore. Eustace is here, though. Just had a great view. Sorry, man. I can't see the sky. Oh, too bad. 4K people staring at your face. One neighbor sees your back. I don't know. It feels weird. People walking downstairs and then like look at me sitting here with the light in my face, yelling random shenanigans, right? It's weird, no? But then again, I had this big talk earlier about why do you care what others think, right? You're right. Screw this. You guys can watch me if you want. That's your thing. Be my guest, dear neighbors. Yes. Justus, come here. Come here, Justus. Oh, game has started.
What is this?
I wanted to cast with Justus.
What is this?
It's gum. Okay, so both of them are going for skirms. Elite skirms immediately. Can you stop? Rat notches. So TaToH probably thinks he wants to go rat notches because the castle and everything. But he's actually making the right call and going for Imperial skirms behind this. I still think Vietnamese should be better here with bomber cannons and Imperial skirms. So it will be interesting to see how this plays out. Viper exposed by woman again. That's all she does, man. Exposing me left and right, showing me in underwear for her stream. All those things. I don't know. I have not seen. I'm hungry, yes. Wait, what? I have not fed the animals, no. And I have not fed myself either. I'm hungry. Are you excited for Assassin's Creed Valhalla? Yes. I'm gonna play that on stream. That's one of the games I'm actually gonna play on stream. Like when it comes out. So hope you guys would watch that. The reason I want to try it out is because it's Vikings, right? It's Vikings, and I am a Viking, so it makes sense. Another forward casted by Vodka. He's doing it in the range of the outpost. Obviously, he doesn't know about the outpost. Look, he's lacking so much vision. The skirms are gonna get right on top of him and start picking up vills. There's just no vision here for Vodka, and TaToH has the vision with the outpost and can just adjust and pick off. And like, he dictates the game with all the vision, right? TaToH has a way bigger army as well. 30 population lead, but the Imperial skirms are out. And they have one more attack, way more armor. Actually, Vodka has more upgrades at the moment, so not too shabby. I would still like to see the bomberkins, though. They are on the way. I don't know why he's fighting here now. Oh, the castle went down. I think he lost the stone as well. So that's a rough one. I think Vodka honestly just fall back, build up your mass of skirmishers, wait for the bomberkins to come out, then you are in a great position. Now I assume TaToH has picked up all the relics that were out. Yes, 4 relics for TaToH now, so TaToH still feels probably in a very comfortable situation. But yeah, there's still a big chance here for the Vietnamese. But again, he cannot fight like this. I like that TaToH is adding Onager as well, but again, bomber cannons should negate that. But I don't like that he's taking the fights when he's so heavily outnumbered. That's the main thing I haven't liked so far. Also wonder if TaToH would go for things such as Warwolf. It's like a very TaToH thing to do. So it would not surprise me if Warwolf is the next upgrade we see. So TaToH's trebuchets can enjoy. You might also want to go for Arbalest because he started to produce some crossbows here. Are Imperial skirms better than Lithuanian skirms? Yes. Okay, actually went for Yeoman first. What is it? Oh, he's gonna sneak on the woodland because he can cut through the trees. Oh, Vodka's not reacted yet. He sees this now. I mean, he didn't lose too much here, so this might be actually favorable. If he can pick off the onagers, he has a better army now with the Imperial skirms. This also might be a suicidal move by TaToH. Cav archers? That has to be a misclick. With some good micro here, Vodka should get really good trades. So far, not really though. Okay, nice target fire there. He should be able to pick up that as well. Okay, almost. Another onager out. Ooh, this can be a dangerous one. He should be able to get it though. Shoot the skirms. Okay, he went for the... TaToH was greedy there. What TaToH had there was a guaranteed damage on probably 6-7 skirms. But he wanted to go for the bomber cannon, so TaToH did get greedy. Now this is the position I was talking about, right? Imperial skirms are way better here for Vietnamese. And especially with bomber cannons behind. Yes, TaToH is doing siege engineers, which is probably for his onagers. He doesn't have any more siege workshops though, and no sign of Warwolf. Oh wait, was that Warwolf? I want to see a shot from the treb, if it's Warwolf or not. Okay, never mind. But yeah, I think Vodka is pushing back now. Gonna pick those off now. The Imperial Skirms are just so powerful here in this situation. He also has the bomber cannons to take out production. TaToH is going to be in a position here where TaToH is going to lose his 4 ranges, he's going to lose his castle, and he's going to have to remake all the production. And he honestly doesn't have that much wood in his bank. He's now stuck at 150 population with lack of resources, honestly. While Vodka, comfortable, good resources, doing eco upgrades, trebuchets, bomber cannons. And should be having oh, he almost picked up the castle immediately. He should have an easy way of maxing out here. A little bit awkward pathing here with the bomber cannons and the skirms, but yeah. Losing a couple of vills unnecessarily here. But I think he's fine with that. He has enough vills anyway for cheap Vietnamese. Good call by you, Mr. Viper. Regarding what? Vietnamese counter Britons completely, no. I wouldn't say completely, but I definitely think Vietnamese have a better civ matchup here. Ooh, this is such a weird castle by TaToH. I understand the whole thought process of wanting to control this area, but it's so far away from everything else he has, right? This castle might go down just as fast as it got up at this point. Castles are greatly positioned. He's actually shooting the bomber cannons now. Ooh, that looked like Warwolf, no? It hit him right on the face. Okay, castle from TaToH should go down in a second though, and now TaToH has the opportunity to jump on this. I mean, Vodka. There are homages though, and seed workshops nearby, so it is very scary to jump. Now it's just switching to this top castle here. Like, this is why I'm wondering why did TaToH build this castle? Okay, another castle down from Vodka, still a super close game. But this castle here just seems like a complete waste of stone at this point. Yeah, I don't understand that castle from TaToH. I understand again the concept of controlling these resources, but considering how this game is playing out right now, that didn't make too much sense. Imperial Skirms still going ham. There are stables now for TaToH, so he's making a light cap to mix them in. Nice target fire from Vodka once more. Good micro here with the bomber cannons from Vodka. 2 oranges out. Ooh, this can be some big shots. Oh, I like what TaToH is doing now. He's forcing the bomber cannons to stop and shoot, really. Because the Arbalest chase the bomber cannons and the oranges chase the skirms. Okay, now we gotta pay attention here if this is Warwolf. Doesn't look... Oh wait, it does look like it. Yeah, this has to be Warwolf. They're so accurate. Oh, yeah, this is Warwolf. 2 bomber cannons down. Great trades here with the trebs. Got 1 trebuchet as well. But still, TaToH doesn't have the tools to deal with Imperial skirmishers. He's making light cam now with full upgrades, except attack. But then again, he has the Arbalest, and they honestly don't fight great against the skirms. The only thing Vodka now is missing is the siege to take out the buildings, right? Which he had, but he did lose all of them. And Necrotic Physics, thank you very much for the Prime. GT Delft, thanks for the 3 months as well. Oh, the Onager is popping right. What? He's not shooting! What? What happened there? The Onager just didn't shoot. That was so strange. The good thing for Vodka is that he's just... Okay, he's losing a few gold wins here and there, but the primary resources he is spending right now is wood and food on the Imperial skirms. And they're trading so well against everything here. Even here, if he loses 10 skirms, I think he's happy killing that Onager. The one thing TaToH has going for him though still is, we have to remember, TaToH does have 4 relics, while Vodka only has 1. So the timer is on Vodka to make things happen. To be fair, Vodka still has Imperial skirms, so even if he's out of gold, the Imperial skirms will still do a great job. He's also making more and more Rattan archers now. I wonder if we might see elite Rattan archers as well. I'm not sure why he's making them if they're not elite. Vodka has great resources as well. He can mix in his own scouts, light cap. Yeah, the resources of Vodka are really good. Well, TaToH is on the limit. TaToH is not even pop capped yet, right? So looking really good for Mr. Vodka right now. Another Onager out. Probably is not going to get too much damage done. Kill a few skirms, then he will die. Good micro by Vodka. Lost 3. There's another Onager. TaToH keeps making these Onagers and sending them right into the fight. Not sure about that. Luco Loriage, thank you very much for the 5 months there. Another castle up from Vodka in a great position. He's going to secure some extra gold. Also, this stone there is now more in TaToH's control, and also Vodka has these extra resources here. TaToH will probably keep making military buildings there. A lot of skirms now for TaToH as well, so he has the meat shield in front of the Arbalest, but again, Imperial Skirms are still just way better. Don't know why Vodka is making Arbalest himself though. I think Imperial Skirm and then mix in some elite Rattan Archers behind would have been a better investment than making his own Arbalest, right? I don't know why he's making so many unupgraded Rattan Archers and putting them... They have the lowest range, so they will run in front. It doesn't make any sense to me why he would spend gold on Castle Age Rattan Archers with... It's not Castle Age Rattan Archers, obviously, but... The way he's using them does not make them efficient, like cost-effective here. Ooh, could be some good bomber cannon shots, but he actually didn't target the Arbalest, he was targeting the production instead. TaToH is now going to try and snipe them. They are low HP as well, 1 down, 2 down. The third one will go down as well, but Imperial Skirms are slowly taking more and more control here. Again, I heavily disagree with the Rattan Archer play, since they're not elite. If they were elite, I would be in favor of this, the way he's using it. Trebuchet out from nowhere. Another thing to point out is that the Monastery of TaToH is right on the front, so if Vodka gets control of that area, he might grab the relics right back. Nice raid here from TaToH with the light cav as well, losing a lot of villagers here is Vodka. I think if TaToH can start forcing fights everywhere, maybe down here as well. There's also stone there that's not taken. Oh. Yes. Then there is a chance that TaToH can like start pulling them apart. Because I think it's universally agreed upon that TaToH is a better player than Vodka. So if TaToH can make this about speed, micro, macro, fighting multiple spots at the same time as he's doing here, then I think he will be in a great spot. The issue with what he's doing right now is he's killing vills from Vodka, and that might give Vodka suddenly a... If you kill 20 villagers, there's a big chance Vodka will suddenly have 20 more military. So in some cases, actually disadvantageous, that makes sense, to kill villagers. Obviously, it's never a disadvantage to kill vills. It's just that sometimes it might just further push his military push of your opponent. Unless you find more ways to compensate than just killing those 15-20 villagers. I like what TaToH is doing here. Sea workshops on the sides. Here as well, he's going to start raiding, and this is what TaToH needs to do. He needs to force fights everywhere and then try to win like that, instead of fighting the straight up army of Vodka, who now has elite Rattan Archers. There should be maps where you have a hero unit that is so powerful, but losing it loses the game. So like a king, just with power. I don't think Age of Empires is that game for that. Yeah, the push here is going to be hard for TaToH to stop. TaToH is now investing like around the map, but that also means he's going to have less firepower through the center. And that is where the most scary area is right now. So even though this is happening now, he's going to raid there and there. He's being pushed right into his base, where he's going to lose his relics and probably his castle, and suddenly his own eco is also in trouble. Nice quick walls by TaToH as always. But this is merely delaying the inevitable at this point. I like this move though with the onagers though. It's also raiding on the sides, no reaction from Vodka yet. Also using an onager there, so at the moment TaToH is just simply cutting off the wood income from Vodka. Vodka could of course take wood through the center, there's a ton of wood there still. But still, this is annoying, right? He's opened up now, so raiding can happen on both sides. Population wise, TaToH is 30 behind. There are Arbalest here to deal with this already from Vodka, so... Although he's under the towns there, he might lose them. Yeah, more and more going down. I feel like this at this point there's not too much TaToH can do. He tried to do the right thing now at this point. At this point. He tried to do the right thing, but unfortunately I think it came a little bit too late. Could champions be a good choice for TaToH now or not? The problem is that there are so many elite Rattan Archers as well now. Vodka does have Arbalest, so most likely the champions are not a very cost effective unit now. They would probably be very good though as the game went on, considering he has 4 relics. And once Vodka is out of gold. Alright, look at the Vodka's base now. There's blue dots everywhere, which means he's being raided. He's dealing with the bottom part, so that should be fine. But still, the top part is annoying. It's hard to deal with. TaToH is now forcing Vodka to play multiple spots. TaToH does have a 30 villager lead. And the question now is, can he hold the front side here? This is where the problem is now. Now he is in on his base as well. Well, he's sending everything back home to try and defend the push, which he is doing, although he has lost a lot of villagers. He is doing a good job remaking them. And of course, Vodka still has a big bank, while TaToH is burning through everything he has. And now TaToH is also exposed economy-wise. There's potentially 45 villagers here to go down, so that's pretty rough.
Ready.
Gonna pick off the Trebs and the bomber cannon. Again, raiding happening everywhere now. This is suddenly looking interesting. TaToH population is getting closer, but it still feels like Vodka just has more in the bank and has more of a positional advantage. Yeah, this is gonna be so many dead bills from TaToH here. That I have a hard time to see TaToH coming back from this though. He's adding a market. TaToH has spread around though. The question is how long this lasts. Castle there, very nice position. And getting raided there, but he's sending Arbalest to deal with that. And obviously the Town Center. 93 wills from Vodka. TaToH is dropping down as well now, trying to force up another Town Center because he needs to find security and safety for those villagers. But Vodka is doing the right thing, just running straight through with the Rat Archers, and this Town Center should not go up. Yeah, will not go up. So TaToH suddenly has less wills than Vodka, and he is in a way worse position, all things considered. I don't think TaToH will stick around for much longer now. This early imp, it kind of looked fairly solid for TaToH. I also like the Castle Age play, but Vodka did a really good job here. And he used his Civ in the right way to deal with the Britons. And now it's looking like there's no way back for our Spanish Dorito here. He's still trying though, adding another Town Center, 2 Town Centers on the outside, even a Town Center. He's gonna get that up probably as well now. So TaToH is definitely still trying, but if you look at his population, that is looking very tough for TaToH now. You can see as well the pressure has eased off. There is no more blue in the base, and the blue is being cleaned up now from every angle. So Mr. Tatty, I'm surprised he hasn't focused on the monastery yet though. Mr. Vodka here. But yeah, Vodka had a really good Civ draw here. Picked Vietnamese at the right time. And TaToH still doesn't give up. He's starting to refarm. Lost the vills there though. 86 vills to TaToH, 29 military. This stone is also up for grabs, which Vodka is now moving towards. And Vodka just needs to max out and finish the game at this point. Viper doesn't commentate, he tells us what they're doing wrong. Do I? I mean, there's definitely some, I'm giving some personal feedback on what I think is correct or wrong in that matter, but yeah. I think I commentate as well. What Civ would have been better against Vietnam? I would have to see what Civs TaToH has left, but obviously there's hidden pick, right? So you don't know what the other is picking. So with that in mind, there is some luck involved in terms of when you choose what civilization. So like if Vodka picked Vietnamese, no, he did already. If TaToH picked, TaToH doesn't have Vietnamese. All right. Like if TaToH had another Civ than Britons right now, he might have had a better chance but that's all like kind of luck based in terms of when you choose that and that. But of course, there's still plenty of options to do things with every civilization. So yeah, I like TaToH's early Castle Age here with the pressure and getting the relics and such, but Vodka did utilize the strength of the Vietnamese quite well as the game went on and was able to bring it home. Never had the +2 attack though for the cavalry or melee units, but didn't matter. Let's call it mind games, not luck. Yeah, it's not mind games. It's not mind games, and it's not luck, and it's not mind games. It is simply picking a Civ you feel like playing in that moment. Of course, you can think about and try to make a rational explanation for why he would go for this Civ now instead of that Civ. But the fact is, you never actually know. You never actually know. So that's why I called it luck. But obviously, it's not luck. It's just you pick something and hope it goes, pretty much. So let me see, did they start already? I need to refill my water because my throat is getting a little bit dry. So we had Britons now for TaToH, Vietnamese for Mr. Vodka. And yeah, so if you open, there's 2 more games if all games are played. They both have 3 civs left, and they can use 2 of them. Somalians, Slavs, Ethiopians is for TaToH. Byzantines, Mongols, Burmese for Vodka. I think Mongols should be favored over Slavs. But I feel like Ethiopians and Malians should have a good chance against Mongols. Byzantines should be favored over all 3 in my opinion. I think Byzantines is the best civ left from what they have. And then Burmese, I feel like he's an arena player, so he might want to do something like the double cast Larambai play if he goes for Burmese. So, yeah, Ethiopians should counter Burmese pretty well. Slavs as well. I feel like Vodka will play Byzantines now. And then Mongols last. Hey, Burmese are still good though. TaToH has more generic civs, while Vodka has more arena civs, I would say. Let's see. It should be interesting to see what happens now. Mars Attacks, thank you for the Prime. Poopy Guy, thanks for the Prime as well. Appreciate that. TaToH had the same problem yesterday against Hera. He expected mines, so he went Goth, but Hera picked Vikings. That's what I'm saying, right? You can only expect or think or rationalize so far regarding what to do exactly, right? There's never going to be a situation where you'd be like, I know or can expect him to go this civ because of this or that. So it's always somewhat guessing, right? How much of a disadvantage did TaToH get because that useless castler wasn't too important? I don't think it mattered at that point. I think at that point it was already over. Sweater, sir. Yes, sir. I'm gonna go grab some water, and I'll also throw off my sweater here because I'm not representing Norway anymore. So yeah, just give me, since they haven't started yet, I think I can take those 2 minutes to do that. So just give me a second here. Assassin 408, thank you very much for the 13 months. If Vodka wins another game, that's gonna make it really close. Like, that's gonna make it a really exciting last game. If Vodka manages to win. Oh, I had the wrong scene. Apologies. Never understood why players prefer stronger civs when they face elimination. You gotta win all 3 games anyway. Don't make yourself predictable and go random or whatever if you think you're worse in the mind games. Going random is the best always. Then the question becomes like, okay, so you went for one of your worst civs and then you lost. Then the argument is, what's the point of not playing your best civs if you cannot get to the next match anyway, right? It's always, yeah. Viper, you seem lonely. Why? Okay. So, you make a statement in your question. You say that I seem lonely, and then you ask me why. First of all, I'm not lonely. So I don't know how to answer that question of yours, which is the why. Any chance of a tyrant show match between Jordan and Riot? Maybe, who knows? I want to arrange some stuff when Jordan gets up and running more. So, let's look at the civilizations. Ethiopians against Mongols. Okay, I think this is a good civ matchup for TaToH. But I don't know what Vodka has planned there with the Mongols. I was expecting Byzantines from Vodka, and I think that would have been a good matchup for him as well if he ran into Ethiopians with Byzantines. But I mean, he has to win 2 games anyway, right? So TaToH has a back goal, stone which is saved. Back gold is obviously super nice. An extra stone in the corner as well. Other resources are forward. Besides that, really good. Relics seems quite equal. 2 relics close to both of them, and the third one is a little bit in the corner. Closer to TaToH though. Much closer to TaToH, so that's good for him. Backstone, back gold for Vodka. Main gold forward and berries though, but I don't think those resources will make too much of a difference. That argument makes no sense. Your overall chances don't increase, only your chances to reach the next game increase. Maybe your overall chances actually get lower because you're getting predictable when there is no need. But if that is the norm to play like you are saying, then suddenly that is the predictable way, right? So it's like, I think both of our arguments make sense, and I think the outcome, regardless of the argument, is the same, all things considered. You seem bothered by questions with statements. Why? What do you think about being able to reuse drafted saves if you lost with them? I don't like that because you blew your chance, right? You shouldn't get another chance. Did you play with Bacti already? I'm playing with Bacti tomorrow. Tomorrow at 14 GMT. Have you already played the Mongols Raider scenario? I will play the Mongols Raider scenario when the stuttering has been fixed. I'm saying go random, not go worst, but I feel there's a big tendency to pick strong saves when facing elimination, which makes no sense really. I would say that it's actually been fairly like varied. I've seen a lot of situations in tournaments where people haven't picked their strongest civs. And I've also seen a lot of situations where people have picked their strongest civs. So I think that meta or mind game there has... I don't think it has a set way of playing. I wouldn't say there's a tendency towards either. I think both are used fairly much. I really like the idea of a show match on Ruby patch, and no. With Ethiopians, you don't need gold bills and Dark Age for fast castle, right? That is correct. You have 100 gold and you get 100 gold when you hit feudal age. If you do loom though, then you would need gold, right? But yeah, you can go straight fast castle without mining any gold. How important is a strong mindset for AoE? I tend to freeze when something goes... I tend to freeze when some things do go my way, and it's hard to think outside the box to solve some situations in-game, especially when behind in score. I think the main thing there is to, first of all, decide yourself. First of all, to figure out if you understand what went wrong and why it went wrong. If you understand what went wrong and why it went wrong, you have the ground, rocks, or whatever you call it, already covered. And then it's all about experiencing the situation enough times to understand and figure out how exactly to deal with it, right? If you understand what is going wrong, then the only thing to do is to experience that more and more and actually learn what is the right thing to do in order to deal with it. What is your favorite civilization building style? I have none. Viper, it seems like you don't like Nilly and Doubt. Why? Because they suck. Have you noticed how longbowmen and rat notches are ambidextrous? Their firing hand changes depending on which way they face. That's pretty sick, right? Actually, I know that. I've seen that from the animations and certain things. Like when they show them off somewhere. But it's not something I'm paying a lot of attention to. I'll agree to that. Title of an AoE2 book can be It Depends. That's the plan. Do you enjoy living in Germany? I do. But I think it's fine that we have a little bit of Q&A stuff when it's Dark Age, because there's not too much else to comment on here. It's just they're both playing a very standard Dark Age right now. TaToH with the 25 pop with the Ethiopians, also going on gold. That has to indicate that he's intending to make something. Yeah, that's probably going to be a barracks. So that's the reason why he's taking gold, because he probably wants to add some crossbows. Otherwise, he obviously wouldn't need gold. What's best against a few feudal archers? Some skirms, or if you're near castle age, wait and go for 2 or 3 knights. If you can get to castle age without having a lot of idling of your economy and such, then obviously get to castle age. It depends on what building you have available as well, right? If you have a stable, try to make it to castle age so you can make knights. If you have an archery range, just make some skirms. If you have to make one of the two, I think it depends on your civilization. You think Manchester City will ever win the Champions League? Maybe. But I'm not sure if they'll win it in my lifetime. Well, we'll get a 3-year badge. I'll try to come up with something. Why don't you try tower rushing versus AI? Do you consider it cheating? Not cheating, but it's a little bit cheesy, and I have 4 opponents. A tower rush is a big investment, and I don't think I can tower rush 4 people at the same time. Yo, Snake, if you're playing 1 versus 2, how many pop would you go for? Now, I laugh, but you could actually just be asking me what's the population. I will go for 200 population, if that's what you're asking. If not, then it sounds like you're asking me how much population will I make, but without any specifications. So if your question was just how much population I would choose, then I'm sorry for laughing. 200. Why not go more pop than AI? You cannot. You can't, like, the pop you choose for yourself will be the same population for the AI. You cannot separate and do like 400 pop for me and 400 for the AI in total. Why do I build lumber camps at gold now and then? I think something in my brain is wired wrong way. Can confirm. Obviously, how many villagers? Yeah, but question is, how many pop do you go for? Like, what's the circumstance? It's impossible to answer. Yeah, so you can already do wood upgrade as well here, TaToH. He's going for our horse color. Archer production has begun. Stable for a Vodka though. So we have difference. I like that. Hey guys, less of the Q&A now. I won't answer as many questions now. I will look a little bit more at the game. So 11 on wood. Vodka has what, 13 on wood? No. Vodka is going for, is that extra scouts? No sign of scouts yet, so he's going for knights actually. Which is very interesting, because if there are any monks out... Okay, he's adding scouts now. I don't know if this is going to be a good decision for him, because crossbows obviously will deal very well with the scouts. It's gonna be tough for Vodka to get anything done with the scouts. He might try to force a fight here, but then again I think TaToH saw both scouts, so TaToH knows he's outnumbered on the scouts department. Vodka is trying to cut him off. He's even making a third scout. A big food investment. And it's probably not going to be too worth it once the archers are out. He could, however, do armor and do light cap upgrade, which wouldn't be terrible for Mongols. He's even adding a fourth scout. This has to be light cap play. I can't imagine him making 4 scouts and not upgrading them to light cap at this point. Which could actually be a really good play, because the archers of TaToH are very likely to be under upgraded for a long time. Monastery immediately. Town center probably there. What? Ooh, really nice micro actually from Vodka. Didn't lose a single scout. If he brings it back now to heal, then that was great. But he's gonna lose now. Oh, disaster. That's 180 food investment for nothing at this point. Silver shop and monastery, no sign of knights. This makes the whole scout play really confusing. I'm not sure what he was trying to accomplish with those. Second town center from TaToH. Monk is gonna start picking up the relics. I've seen Viper queue 3 units in 3 buildings evenly. How is that done? You select all 3 buildings and you click the unit you want to build 3 times. How do you learn what went wrong just by watching Rex when no one is there to teach you? In my opinion, you'll never know what move went wrong strat-wise, how eco distribution was wrong when the transition went to attack. Obviously, it's not something you can just know like this. It's something you also learn to read and understand more with more experience, right? Right now, I can play a game, I can lose it, and I'll know in the game, there and then, why I lost. I couldn't do that in the past. And the reason I can do that now is because I played and experienced those situations and specific situations so many times. So yeah, how do you watch the King of the Desert 3 announcement? I saw the trailer, it looks sick. $50,000 prize pool as well, looks awesome. It's gonna be really fun to play it. Scorpion is a good option. It can be right now because they're crossbows. So scorpions are more guaranteed damage. Mangonels obviously deal way more damage if you actually hit. But the scorpions function more in a way... Another scout wasted. Scorpions function more in a way of guaranteed damage. because they shoot the bolts way faster and you are more likely to hit things. Especially when the crossbows only have fletching, the scorpions can probably do a fairly good job against them. Villager count, pretty equal so far. TaToH slightly ahead with the 3 town centers as well. Third TC for Vodka coming up right now. One scorpion, one crossbow down, so Scorpion's already kind of doing an okay job. There's a race for the relic here. Oh, he doesn't actually know about the relic here, Vodka. So TaToH already picked it up, and the relic count is 2 to 3. So both of them went for a fairly big investment in order to get the relics, and it definitely turned out slightly better for TaToH. But 2 to 3 relics is as equal as it gets. Do you remember MSN Gaming Zone days in 2000s? I didn't play much back then, obviously. I was very young. I have slight memory from it. Trying to get into Medieval Siege. It was always full. But I don't remember too much. We'll play more with StarCraft with Jordan. It was fun to watch. I will try to play StarCraft with Jordan, Doubt, and TaToH. All of us have played StarCraft at this point, so I think all of them would be down to play some StarCraft too. We can play some 4v4s or co-op mode or whatever. I think we could have a lot of fun with that. So both of them are just, we're going to transition to a mid-game and then Imperial Age. TaToH is again adding mangonels. I guess TaToH wants to play similar to how he played before, where he just applies that little pressure in Castle Age, right? While transitioning towards the Imperial Age. Monks, crossbow, and mangonels coming forward. I think this should transition to Imp, and I personally would favor Ethiopians, especially early Imp. But you never know, if Mongols gets to that power play, like 40 elite Mangudai, maybe Onagers with drill, Siege Ram with drill, suddenly the Mongols army is super scary, right? Also Hussar. Shoot! Nice. Shoot again, get the monks! Okay. I got a kill of the crossbows. I honestly think the best... Ooh, he killed his own scout and didn't actually get a kill. I honestly think... What did I want to say? He should have just... Yeah, shooting the crossbows don't make sense, because even if you get some damage to them, the crossbows will just be healed up again. So he should have aimed for the monks, in my opinion. But I say that, but then again, he got out with both Scorps. And TaToH lost a scout cover, so it was actually a perfect trade for Vodka there. Fourth town center, now that's scary. Reason why I find this to be very risky and scary is because... Ooh, this TaToH needs to be aware. Nice dodge. Ooh, this is close. He should shoot the monks. I don't know why he's not shooting the monks. Oh, this is turning out to be a really good trade for... Ooh! I'm not sure if that was a target fire, but that was a really nice hit for TaToH. Also gonna pick off the one for Mangonel. He lost the monk. Great trades for TaToH here. The reason I'm not sure how I feel about this town center is because it will slow down the Imperial Age of Vodka. But if you see it, Vodka is doing handcart while TaToH just finished wheelbarrow, so economy upgrade wise, Vodka is definitely looking good. Villager counts are very similar. But yeah, the main reason is that Ethiopians have the early imp advantage. He goes for Arbalest, which takes way shorter time to get to, and he can start putting pressure with Arbalest bomber cannons. And when there's a town center there, that's very likely to just go down immediately. Resource-wise, Loom on the way, both of them are trying to look towards Imperial Age. TaToH is getting very close though, while Vodka, with the 4 TC as well, he's not using it though, okay now he is. Vodka is quite far, so my prediction is that Vodka will drop a castle in this area, and he's gonna be under heavy pressure quite fast. I think Vodka can't even go for Mangudai, honestly. I think Vodka has to go for drill onagers and hope that this works. Because I don't think he's gonna be able to make enough numbers with making castles in Mangudai. Especially considering that his second stone is outside. He's doing a little bit of a sneakaroo here. I'm not sure what he's planning there. Okay. Bit strange. So TaToH is on the way to Imp. And 2 range now, producing crossbow is gonna probably make Siege Workshop, maybe some more ranges forward. And the pressure is gonna be really hard on Vodka in early Imp. Looks really good for TaToH at the moment. Is that a petard? No, there's no petards here. You should have the scoreboard that Tinani is using with build count and stuff. That is Capture Age, and I don't have access to that, I'm afraid. I might ask my dad to give me the overlay he made for Memb. That would still probably be better than what I'm using right now. So I might try and get that, but we'll see. So forward castle from TaToH is going to build it and head towards the Imperial Age, maybe start trebbing. I think TaToH will go for immediate Arbalest, Bracer, maybe even Chemistry as the first upgrade. We're going to keep an eye on the University to see if he prioritizes Chemistry. If Chemistry is like the first thing that comes in Imp, it's because he wants to get those Bomber Cannons out ASAP. Looks like Vodka wants to go for Mangudai, based on what it's producing. But this is such a tough thing to get to, right? His TaToH will be making trebuchets. Vodka has to answer with his own trebuchets. And that means that his castles are making trebuchets and not Mangudai. While TaToH is making crossbows from archery ranges at the same time as making trebuchets. So the army count for TaToH compared to Vodka is just going to be out of control. Vodka does have more villagers though, he's doing a second castle now close to the stone, so you can try and get that one as well. But it's just a really hard situation for Vodka to be in. I still think honestly Onager and Drill is the play here to have a chance. I feel like if he tries to get to Elite Mangudai and try to get like 40 Mangudai out before fighting, I think he's gonna have a really hard time. Trebuchet for TaToH immediately, Chemistry immediately, which means bomber cannons are gonna come out from this siege workshop very, very shortly. If he went Drill Rams, it could do pretty well, but TaToH could just spam some Shuttle Warriors really fast. He has 3 Mangonels, so I think TaToH would deal with that quite easily. It would simply buy time if he went for Drill Rams, but I don't think it would do too much for him still. Maybe Step instead of Mangudai? Maybe Step Lancers. Then again, the issue is this is why Ethiopians is such a good matchup for here as well. He can just go... I see Onager and Ram as the 2 upgrades for Vodka. That's very interesting. Capped Ram, Onager. I think he's going for the drill play. I like that. He's doing the right decision then in my opinion. Conscription, good choice. And then drill from this castle. Yeah. I really like the way Vodka is doing it. He's giving himself a fighting chance here. Yeah, Step Lancers are not a good unit. They are very good in certain circumstances, but when it comes to fighting other full-tech Imperial Age army, they're not great. They're really good though at raiding, killing villagers, things like that. But yeah. So again, villager count, if Vodka buys enough time here with the Rams and Onagers, with Drill, I honestly think he has a good chance still, but he needs stables. He needs to get a transition to Hussar going. It's a lot of things he has to do right here. And he also needs to make houses. He actually has enough population here. But again, I really like this decision. He's gonna go for Siege Ram as well. Probably, I don't think he should do it. Oh, he's doing it in the forward Siege Workshop. That's probably potentially not gonna finish in that case. But you can see he has Drill now. Drill gives the siege units extra speed. The Onagers are now moving really fast. And he has a lot of potential to do a lot of damage against the Arbalists, especially when they are this out on the map. And then if he gets the siege ram upgrade, then he also has a lot of chance to get the Treb and the Mangonel. Nice micro here from Vodka. Good start. Nice. Oh, that was a sick shot. Does TaToH have siege? What's it called? Torsen engines. Here are the siege ram. So I'm saying just make some shuttles, and the shuttles will do a lot of damage. They have 16 attack. The siege rams don't have any armor. Now he's gonna clean the trebs. And he's gonna probably chase down the bomber cannons. So this is a move that buys a lot of time. But he still needs to find a way to deal with the Arbalest, and he needs to have a transition behind this. So the question is just, what's your transition behind this? How do you get an army behind this? A lot of idle villages in the back here. If you had 6 stables producing Hussar right now, that would make a difference for sure. But right now I'm just struggling to see a follow-up here. TaToH is playing the population was actually really close. So, oh, nice shot again from TaToH. I'm gonna have to check if he has Torsen Engine. Oh, this can be so much damage. Oh, it's gonna be so many dead vills. They have very few upgrades though, so they should die fairly fast as well, but still. It's gonna kill so many villagers there before anything happens. Now, he's still making Mangada here, Vodka is. Oh, this is such a massacre. Villager count was in favor of Vodka, is immediately in favor of TaToH, just like that. He's still trying to get to the Mangala composition as well, which is really hard in Arena. That was a really good raid from Mr. Taddy. And TaToH, of course, still has full control here. Bomber cannons. Okay, I don't think there's Torsen engines. I think he would have done damage there in that case. I will still have to check that. Nice attempt there. Did clean this up obviously, but he has to replace. He has to replace villagers. He has to get more. Like he needs production, right? He's relying on 2 siege workshops and 1 castle. That's where he's making all his military, and he's losing the siege. TaToH's doing a great job with the use of his bomber cannons here. Obviously, we have the Arbalest as well as a buffer. It's looking really, really promising for TaToH here. Think, yeah, this is a good time to check for Torsen engines. He does not have it. Okay. He needs more onagers. He needs like 4 or 5 onagers here to be able to be a threat to his units, right? He does have a lot of Mangada now as well. They're missing bloodlines though. They're missing armor upgrades. They're missing chemistry, and he also obviously doesn't have elite Mangada. And again, he's getting access to the gold though, so that's good news for him. He just needs to hold on now for a while and take really good trades until he gets all the upgrades he needs to fight. Again, I feel like Vodka probably should have played as a bit different considering the Sid matchup. I feel like you cannot justify going for the Mangada forward castles and such when you're up against such a powerhouse and early imp as Ethiopians are. It's getting raided now. We're losing a ton of villagers on the gold. TaToH is looking to close this out. Treb's now sieging up for the castle. Again, the Rams going forward again, but even the Arbalest do enough damage to actually kill them if you give them time. Yeah, another builds down for Vodka. There's really not much more left Vodka has here. He actually has decent resources. If he manages to equal a little bit more accordingly, he could probably have, say, 35, 40 farmers now and start producing Hussar, which would have given him a little bit of a fighting chance. I still think Vodka went for the right play, so credit where credit is due. TaToH was just too good today. Simple as that. That means that TaToH advances to the semi-final. And I'm gonna show you guys the brackets here. I play my match against Bacti tomorrow at 14 GMT. So if you're watching on YouTube, if I upload this to YouTube, it might be today for you. Greater economy for TaToH, KD better, everything really in favor of TaToH. More relic gold. See, TaToH never had more than 105 villagers, but he killed some of the villagers from Vodka that did pull ahead. I'm gonna check the brackets of the Clown Cup and show you guys what the status is there. So, this is what it looks like. Hera beat Winchester 3-1. I think that was earlier today, actually. I wonder if Winchester was tower rushing. Did anyone of you watch that? Did Winchester tower rush every game? Hera did beat him, so if I beat Bacti tomorrow, Hera would be our opponent. TaToH just beat Vodka, so he's in the semifinal there. We have Madrid against ACCM happening probably rather soon. I think they're playing probably tomorrow or Saturday because the final is on Sunday. TaToH did have to give an admin win to ACCM, unfortunately. TaToH has been sick, so he's not been feeling good enough to play. And that's why ACCM got the admin win and advanced to the quarterfinals.